stolen from me, little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. Got my eyes on you, and you got no clue what I'm supposed to do. I can't help myself. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. No, you wouldn't take what's not yours, if you know who I am. When the night will fall, I'll haunt your dreams. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. Till I'm complete. Piece by piece, I take back. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back. Little by little, piece by piece. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah.
Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
Double up, double up. Yeah. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. Double up, double up, double up. The money I
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
color, 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 color.
2 turns of 4, 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid. Rich when I wake. I bet the
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the late night crypto charts with a road dog. My name is Lane, and I'll be your guest tonight. Doing something just a little different, going a little bit earlier. Normally shoot for around 11 p.m. Tonight we're heading into an earlier stream, testing the boundaries, trying to fill out my audience, fill out what you guys are into. Degens, investors. There's such a wide spectrum. Traders, day traders. And maybe just want to hang around and see if there's any new alpha that comes around. But I figure we come in a little earlier just to check this spot out, see how it fares. And we're going to talk mostly about investing tonight. Focus more on that topic than, say, trading or day trading or anything like that. And let me quickly go over Bitcoin. Promise we will not spend a whole lot of time here. Basically, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm sticking with this plan. Now, there's a lot of confusion in there. A lot of people thinking, oh, we're headed back to 25,000. We're headed back to 30. It's all on the table. It all is. A lot of people looking at previous, horizontal supports. Very valid, very valid. 32,000 comes in on that. True, true. I'm doing something a little different. I'm following this trend line that we were following and this pattern that we were following and putting the rules of technical analysis into play here on the much bigger time frame, just as Thomas Bukowski would. Thomas Bukowski, one of the greatest traders of all times, runs the patterside.com. If you're not familiar with that, you should go check it out. It's free. Why not? Rising wedges, normally a very bearish pattern, but in a certain point of the market, you can see them break to the upside, which leads to parabolic movement. We've seen that, followed it, played that out on many, many altcoins. Kaspa being one of them, did the same thing. Boom, baby, here we go, rock and roll. Same thing out of Bitcoin here. Now, the thing is that we're expecting we're not leaving the side, baby. Had to check my microphone there. I'm just expecting a bearish retest or a bullish retest. Bullish retest. Where price will come back to that breakout point, and that's currently right around about 38,000. Ironically, where there's a bunch of buy orders. Just hanging there. Bunch of limit orders just hanging there waiting to buy Bitcoin. After that happens, buy technical analysis for this pattern. We should get a bounce there and be on our merry little way to make a higher high. Then a higher low, and we'll just ride this roller coaster to the upside. That's what I'm looking for. Not very unlike what happened 3 years ago in this market. So I'm not calling for a big drop to the downside. I'm not saying it can't happen. Be open-minded about it. Accept it if it comes. Take it day by day. But this is what happened 3 years ago. Same formation happening right here. Bear trap. Came back into the pattern, blasted to the upside. Classic. Same thing we got going on here. Now, we didn't have the big major retest that we might be seeing here. Or I wouldn't say major retest, but you know, the retest of that trend line like we saw here. But she did very well. Now, I expecting this to happen? Well, no, I'm not ruling it out, but you know, I expect something similar. A nice strong move to the upside. Probably maybe up to 54,000, maybe up to 64, almost 65,000. But that's we're not in that territory yet, right? Right now, what we're looking at is everything falling down and people getting scared, and we want to take advantage of that as an investor. Yeah. So we take a look over at our indices right here. They help us decide what to do. Now I'm kind of on the 4 hour here. I want to zoom them out. Let's go to the daily on this. We need to see what's going on the bigger time frames. And as you can see here, following Bitcoin dominance, it's one of our key indicators to play to win at this game. She lost support on this channel. We're doing a top-in pattern here, right? Indicating a possibility of a reversal. Now, she could come all the way back down here. That would be kind of awesome, really, as far as altcoins go. But she may not make it down. She may just make it down to 46%. But this gives us what we would call kind of like a mini altcoin season. Here's the deal. Here's the dealio. Hopefully, I will not leave this up here too long. But the secrets to Bitcoin dominance is that as long as it's coming down, we're generally doing pretty well in altcoins. So should you be selling out of your altcoin bags in panic? Well, with breaking Bitcoin dominance and the probabilities being more likely on our side, the Bitcoin dominance will come down. And in all three scenarios we have where Bitcoin dominance comes down, we either have a alt season where altcoins just blast up, we have a nice little rise in altcoins where our altcoin bags pump, or altcoins just go flat, just depending on what the price action of Bitcoin does. Depends on if Bitcoin starts moving. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going sideways? Those factors come into play, but as long as Bitcoin dominance is coming down, we're on the right side of the fence with the altcoins. So a lot of fear in the market right now. A lot of people selling out their altcoins to get into Bitcoin. We've kind of seen some of that play out. Played out a lot when we were in the channel too. The scary thing is that, let's get rid of the dominance chart here. Total 3 altcoins over here to the right. Let's put that on the daily scale too. It has also broken a strong trend line. And she's coming down. Well, what does that mean? But dominance in your chart, and she can expect to get a pullback. So all these days back over to Bitcoin dominance, we've been, yeah, truly, we broke the trend line. We're coming down, but we've been stable. It's been very stable. It's just been flat. And the market's trying to figure out, well, what the hell's going on? Because you would think everybody buying Bitcoin, the attention would turn to Bitcoin. It was looking very strongly that way until this trend line broke. But this changes the game for us right now. Slow shift into altcoins after a retracement here on total 3 is what I'm getting. I'm going to take a look at some of these other things down here. Bitcoin dominance also getting a break to the upside, which temporarily that's going to hurt us. Now, there's several reasons for that. People selling out altcoins into Tether, stablecoin, USDC, stablecoin, things like that. It's also new money coming into Tether and stablecoins. So not quite as bearish. But yet, when we look over on the dollar value, we follow that on this channel too. Hasn't been as relevant lately. But we are seeing things starting to look up temporarily for the dollar here. Maybe even a little bit more. Broke a trend line here, found support. Little things be at hand on the dollar to make it more valuable. So in Forex, you know, she's kind of winning out against some of the other currencies there. Meaning that our dollar's getting a little bit stronger, which usually has a bad effect on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's got a lot going on for it right now. So, total 3. We're going to jump over to that big chart. Total 3 is our altcoins minus Bitcoin, and we've been in this channel, inverse head and shoulders, however you want to look at it. Came right up to our measured move right there, and now we're getting rejected. I thought I had you marked on here. I really did. So measured move from the breakout would take us right up to this area, and we definitely hit that area, right? Well, what happens after you hit that measured move? Well, you usually get a retracement. I think there's a good 64% chance that this guy comes back to the breakout area. That would be sad to come all the way back down 365 million, but I mean, it could happen. It's on the table. We're certainly sitting at 464 billion in our altcoins. Yours, mine, everybody's all together. This is why this is important to you. I know it looks boring, but you need to know this. However, each of these other highs are also areas that may lend support. We're currently on one of those areas right now as we're speaking, and it's been holding. Is it enough to hold us? I'm on the 3-day chart, by the way. Now, sometimes questions about my moving averages come up, and you know, I've added a few extra. I normally go by a 5 moving average strategy. Now, that strategy here on the 3-day chart that I'm on says that we're finding support here on the 21 moving average, where we should. There's a possibility we can bounce from here. No, there's also a possibility we can still come down. But we haven't crossed the line in the sand yet that says that's a definite that we're coming down. Notice that we have falling price and we also have falling volume. That's kind of an interesting thing to follow right there. If you look at my little cheat sheet that I got up here, where price is coming down and volume's coming down, you can see that the trend is starting to weaken there. It's actually a bullish sign. I mean, all this sell pressure that we've had in altcoins is starting to get a little bit weaker. So might there be support here on this 21 moving average? Might be. Guys, let me know if you can see these moving averages. I've lightened them up. I'm trying not to let them detract too much from the price action, but if I need to make them bigger, let me know. Very important strategy, and if you're just now learning TA, I highly suggest learning this one. It's been a game changer for me. Or this technique, this tool in your toolbox. Our Fibonacci's are also giving us those areas, but they're kind of doing this, determining the same areas that we had as support over here. It's crazy how that works, but it does work out that way. So several different ways to get the same answer of some areas, key areas to look for support. Now for this particular leg, swing low to swing high, we've lost that 236 area. Next stop down will be 451 billion. If I pull you on down though, for the whole move, still in that territory. Just keep an eye on some things. Throw some ideas out there, but basically expect a little bit of a pullback in altcoins. Now there's a chance, hey man, this may be as far as it goes. But there's also a chance that, yeah, it should come down a little further. So let's plan on that. Look at the smaller time frame, the daily. Looks like we're getting ready to get those crosses over there, those moving averages. But the point I was trying to make right here with the 5 moving average strategies, I also added a few extra. Scroll brain almost got to me there. The 366, and you can see how it plays out here. Why I use it. because it was support. It helps identify some key areas here, and now we're getting resistance there. When you even bring it up, there we go. So currently we are getting a little rejection off of that little guy. But I gotta say, man, for the bigger picture on everything, when you zoom out, especially on Bitcoin, things look beautiful. Here on the weekly on Total 3 chart we've been following here, another reason to believe that we may come down to this $423 billion area, lose another, good $40-50 billion in altcoins over, say, the next couple of weeks. Just get ready for it. Before we start seeing a bigger bounce in altcoins, 200 moving average is coming into play here. So possibility we could be testing that area, but the good signs, we still haven't lost these moving averages yet. We haven't crossed that line in the sand that says we're going to go there just yet. So why give up the battle before we have that? Daily moving average right here. I'm on the daily chart. Remember, I was talking about these other moving averages.
You're starting to sound confusing. I'm just being honest with you, road dog. You're really starting to lose me right here.
800 moving average. Yeah, just follow with my squirrel brain, please. Just follow with my squirrel brain. I'm just going to different time frames here with and checking out their moving averages, and they all correspond. But on this one, we got the 800. 800 is a very major moving average. We're above it on a daily. That's an accomplishment. I'm going to officially start watching the daily chart now versus, say, the 3-day, because just before that has given me a lot of information right there. Moving averages are, it's still a struggle area is what this is telling me, but we made it above there. If we can hold that, man, we're good for a nice move to the upside. So am I scared? A lot of the market is scared right now. I'm not. I'm just not scared. And we've not crossed my lines in the sands, and we got too many things on the bigger time frames that are saying, man, we're really doing good. It's just a normal, healthy pullback, in my honest opinion, which means that we should take advantage of it for filling our bags. Which now leads us over to the altcoins, which is what this start was supposed to be over anyway. Set the timer. Let's go. I don't know if you guys are. These are going to go over a few of the newer coins, then we'll go over some of the more blue chips and things, which you guys probably have and probably should have in your bags anyways, long-term holds. All depends on how much you got in the market. If you don't have much in the market and you're just now coming in, haven't been in, well, you need to start looking for some of the newer projects instead of some of the old dinosaurs. That would be helpful. This is one that I recommend that you keep an eye on. She's down today. I think today's a good time to start nibbling. This is satoshivm. This is putting Ethereum virtual machine as on the layer 2 for Bitcoin. And she is at a juicy area, 883 right now. She pumped up to $28, came back down to $7.19, pumped up to $14. Look, 7. There was moonbag. You could have pulled out your capital. Pulled out your capital. I don't know. Say you only got a couple $100. Let's say $200. $200 in here. Pull your $200 out up here. Put your $200 back in here, and you're building a free bag in this accumulation zone. So I'm just throwing these ideas out there. I think this one's promising. So if you're new to the market looking for something that could probably get you some gains, do your research and keep your eyes on this one. And just to briefly touch over it, there's also, if you go, it's not released yet. They haven't got their net out yet. So they got a test net. You can go there and play around with it and qualify for an airdrop. Just saying. There are ways, if you don't feel like you have enough money into this market right now, and maybe you can't easily go get it, there's some things that you can do right now that will pay off, could pay off very handsomely. And airdrops on some good projects like this one, and Tia, definitely ones to keep in mind that could help you get to that life-changing goal that you have. satoshivm. All right, you're not going to tell me. Why do I even come over here to look at you? Why? Tell me that. CoinGecko. We're just going to touch over the tokenomics of it just to give you a basic overview. 21 million, just like Bitcoin. Just like Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin layer 2. You're telling me price is 926 right now. $64 million market cap. We're talking about layer 2 for Bitcoin. At a $64 million market cap. If this is not early to get in on this, this has just been released. There's 7 million of these in circulation right now. To me, I think this one's a dang good golden opportunity. It just immediately got listed on all these exchanges. It wasn't one by one. This is a new guy. Don't forget airdrops, possibilities for that, or even buying at some juicy lows. We're in a range, 825, right where we are, 822. Great areas. You got a wick down here. Will it come back down to 745? I don't know. Maybe it's got a chance. We made a lower high. Could possibly make a lower low. So where should we buy? Give me just 1 second. I haven't had to use this trick in a little while. Oh, you just messed that up, didn't you? Personally, I will be shocked if she gets too much below $8 or $7.41. I would be. So I think this is a good area to start nibbling. Basically, now we're under this 236 area. On a shorter, I've scaled this thing down. This is a micro scale here. This is definitely accumulation zone, in my personal opinion. Anything below 945 accumulation zone for this one. I'm going to throw a wild one out there. Let's say if we get a steep pullback, let's look for around 508. Sounds crazy now. Until it happens. Now I want to draw a trend line here. Candle tops. I'm looking for the angle. Price travels in the channel. I'm going to copy that line and I am going to drag her on down to my next candle here. Supports that idea that could happen. Well, technically, we could work our way all down like this, come down, even do something like this. I mean, very possible. Let's keep our eyes open. So, and it could also be ranging and making a double bottom here. So we got those scenarios to look at. What's it going to be, Road Dog? I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, man. Brand new coin, limited information out here. We got falling price and falling volume, meaning that not a whole lot of sell pressure. We actually see more wicks on the upside saying there's a lot more buy pressure for this. So for it to come down and play this, it's a possibility we got to plan for. Personally, my game plan is, and I have been, I'm definitely accumulating this one. This is one that's on my new radar. I'm pyramiding my orders. So the more it comes down, the more I'm buying. So I take my allotment, divide it out, see what I can catch, what I don't catch, and when we get confirmed bounce that we're going to the upside, what I don't have that gets invested in, I throw in there once we get a confirmed bounce and we see that we are definitely on an upward trend. So I just set limit orders basically at these levels, wait and see if they get hit. You don't have to be a day trader to do that. So whether you're working a 9 to 5, a 7 to 7, a midnight to midnight, midnight to noon, Not working at all. Whatever. Very flexible way to work this when you swing trade, and you invest into Crypto to SAVM. Knock that one off our list there. TIA is another one, especially if you're new to this game. Not a lot of funds, looking for a come up. And Road Dog, you're talking about expensive coins. I want the cheap ones, like the meme coins. You can go that route. You can. You can go futures leverage too. You can. But if you want something that's really going to pay you off, Tia is down here at the bottom of this channel. Now we got two options here. She's either going to bounce off of here and start taking off, and everybody's going to say, man, I wish I'd bought some there. Or she's going to break this line, retest it, and then start making some lower lows, maybe come back where we wick down to about 950 or lower, maybe. I'm going to say this. We got something here called divergence. This little trick we do with the RSI price action. It's where they don't match up the way they're supposed to. This one's hidden divergence, saying that this trend of higher highs and higher lows should continue, and at the next point of resistance you should probably get a good bounce there, and that's where we are right now. Throwing that out there for Tia. If you nibble right now, it may be a smart move. However, the conservative trader, more conservative move would be to actually wait for a bounce, to confirm that bounce before entering. Now, you rascal, if you're a tie-hard conservative but you still have that early little streak of degen, you'll jump in right when it turns. But if you're a true conservative, a die-hard with a stick up your butt, you'll wait till it comes up above this other high. Yay, even above this high before you decide to get in and buy at this juicy level of $18. And that's the reason why most of us like to degen earlier, because we don't have the patience to wait for those solid confirmations. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Early bird gets a worm. But the one that does wait for that, they don't lose as often. Just throwing that out there. That's why they do it. It's confirmed. Uptrend, hey man. My risk is, I'm buying higher, but my risk is extremely low. That's the viewpoint right there. Our degen minds are saying, oh, let's jump in now. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But this is a good area to think about degening in, if that is your notation. 200 moving average here on the 4 hour coming down to kiss that little guy. I can't stand it. I got to make these things darker. Cannot seize them as goods. It's important to me. Brighten them up.
Brighten up your day.
There we go. 200 moving averages coming in at $14.92. So, DJ, could you hold on? See if it gets there. I recommend nibbling some there. I do. It's my opinion. My crypto opinion alone. Take it, stake it. Kepler wallet, Cosmos Station wallet, Leap wallet, whatever. Take it over to the chain through those wallets. Stake it. Qualify for airdrops that will be coming this year to holders of TIA. Also holders of Osmosis, INJ. INJ is what we're going to look at next. Stake this one too. But Road Dog, it's $34. Well, right now it is, but I think we've got a double top scenario up here. Let's just clean this whole guy up here. We're also in a range, possibly distribution, maybe a Wyckoff distribution.
You're talking all this nonsense.
We'll break it down as we go. Since we are doing the investor strategy, we're going to look over here on the 3-day chart. Notable areas that we've flew past were over here. Should I mark it? I don't see the strength behind that one. I see strength here though. $18. INJ is holding up this 236 Fibonacci area. Fibonacci from swing low to swing high there. 236 is very good. It's in distribution, possible distribution mode. If it breaks this area, expect it to come down and possibly hit the 0.5 and the 618 here. Let's go ahead and mark those. Just as a 236 plays a role in determining accumulation, areas of accumulation, when we do it the other way, doing swing low, sleeping top helps us identify areas of possible distribution or a possible big ass bounce. If we bounce from this area, that's going to be a good move, but a lot of times you'll see us come down to this 382 area, this green line. That price is $28.68. Highly likely that that's what we're going to do. Already had a wick down there. Already lost our 9 moving average, so that means that this nice little move that we were just hoping would continue, well, it's over for right now. Sorry to disappoint you. If it bounces off the 21, it might continue, but that ride is over. Got up to $45 on that run, not bad. Now it's time to distribute. People take profits, do distribution patterns. It's got a kind of maybe an M forming there. May do a toppy top pattern. Losing the 50 moving average on the daily chart now kind of gives us a little bit more confidence. $28, $23, good areas to target for INJ. Find a little confluence with the trend line right here that does suggest the $28 area. Consider these as a bonus if they wick down to them. How can we determine bonus areas? How can I do that? Make them a different color. It's gotta be a juicy. Ooh, that's not working. Oh well. Whatevs. So INJ. Now INJ can definitely do some damage. One might even say, I didn't even go over this with Bitcoin. Bitcoin bigger picture is also doing a very interesting thing. Oh, Elliot, sorry, saying the 5 was up here, double top, doing ABC, whatever, Elliot. I'm not sure that I follow Elliot. I'm agreeing that this is a 3, we could get a 4, and then a bigger 5 is what I'm seeing. 1, 2, 3, 4, pull back to 29, shoot up somewhere around 58 as a 5.
Bada boom, bada bang.
Then we do our correction. That's what I can foresee as a good possibility of playing out. Moving averages are beautiful on the bigger time frames. We got some bearish divergence here for me. Low to a higher low. RSI here, however, is going low to a lower low. Right down here. Try to pull that up, but it's just making dots on the screen. And that is hidden. Bullish divergence. Gosh darn it. At least that was a slow one, or a small one. Come over to the chat over here. Hey, we got Grizz in the house. Hey, there's Grizz. How's it going, Grizz? Got Strega. DP with a detective message. What's up, guys? So INJ, definitely one on my radar to be in. I've been in it. I was afraid I missed it. Man, and I felt stupid buying at $3.50. And you will feel stupid sometimes. And it felt like I was chasing the top, but I saw the signs. Hey, you're getting ready to do something. I know that technically I'm buying the tops, but I'm buying higher. Sometimes in this accumulation phase, you might get into those situations. This is not one of them at the moment. We're going to come back a little bit anyway. Watch it closely. Remember, we are at the 236. If she gets above that, starts getting bullish from here, then maybe signaling she's got something planned with that divergence going on. But she should be coming back to 29. Tau's another one I find interesting. Now, if you're just getting into it, I don't know. This one might be kind of scary because she's kind of expensive. She wasn't always. She was down about $50 and started putting videos out about her. 50, 70 in that range. AI play that got a little attention, but now everybody's paying attention to it. Nice play. Oh, she is getting that bounce there? Really? That's a good sign. This is a strong coin that's not really being affected very much by this, and that's worth noting when you go over to places like your crypto bubbles and stuff. What I did is that I went over to the year section and I made up a little watch list, and I put every coin that was in the green for the year on that watch list. And as I track down, I can see who's strong, who's playing out, who's the strong mover right now. And that's kind of good to keep up with that and help you identify the winners and losers in this game. You want to ride the winners. I know there's that idea, but this one hasn't yet popped off. There's a strategy for that when sectors are popping off. You can make that play, but generally, you know, if it's got momentum and if that train's already moving, it usually just goes faster as it gains momentum, right? It is hard to stop it. We want to ride a train. Some of the other ones just don't have that. They're not really trains. They're matchbox cars. You just roll them a little bit and then they kind of lose it. This one's got a good chance to come up to $550 or more. Amazing project. I am going to leave this one alone. She's broken out of my trend line for more upward movement. She's currently above the 9 moving average, and when they are, I got nothing bad to say about them. Upward trend until she loses that. Just crossed over the 21, so we're coming up. Going to have a little hiccup somewhere around $280. Fight our way through there, and then let's get it, Tao.
But what about Kaspa? I thought you liked Kaspa.
I do like me some Kaspa. Now, Kaspa lost it. What is this trend line here? What you do there, Kaspa? No, say it didn't happen, Kaspa. Say it didn't. Don't do it to me, Kaspa. Don't. Please don't. Kaspa broke out of a rising channel, which we took as being hella bullish. Here's the deal. This was a secondary trend line. Let's just remove that. Remember this guy. This is the rising wedge. Kind of like what we got on Bitcoin. We broke the upside and went freaking freaking bolic. I mean, that is, yeah, that's like, woo! Cash eruption. That's those moments when, whether you smoke or not, you're like, feels like the time to have one. My, that was intense. Kaspa got up to almost 15.5 cents. All right, let's put that trend line back on. I'm following this trend line now, and we broke that. Now, is that a major thing? Well, it's really more of the other side of this channel that we're on. Price travels in a channel. This was that channel getting squeezed. That's how we know it's going to pop like a zit when it pops up above it. That's the secret to that, is understanding the price action behind it. Now, we're popping back into this main channel, which means, guess what? We got a dang good chance to test the bottom of it, which ironically happens to be the top of this one. What a wild ride. Will that happen? It's more likely to happen because we are under this trend line. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning to, wow, 7.2 cents for Kaspa. Can you do it? It may be a slow burn down there. She has been slowly burning down there, but look, that little trend line just takes it right down to that cute little spot. 7 cent Kaspa, man, 50% decline there, but a great retest, and then we can see where we're going to go and getting back into price discovery. I'm looking at you, Kaspa, right there. Strega says Zuma's over $6. You got in that? That's a good one to get in. I missed it. Let's take a look at him real quick. It was on my radar and then it got off like a lot of them. But, you know, honestly, I don't need any more projects to go. I'm trying to limit that. I've got too many. I need to weed them down yet again. And my Degen has taken over. You go, Strega. Look at that. My man. My dude, you played that well. So she's already met any measure movement we would have got from there. She's doing hella good. And I'm on the daily, got my moving averages out here. How are they looking here? Crossed over Lucy right there. Let's see. We can take those off of there. Now the 9 is sitting here at $3.70. There could be a hellified pullback on this. But when's it going to happen? That's hella strong right there. This is when I pull a fib from, see, this is our low, so we'll go find our last higher high that's connected to that. That would be this one, not this one because it came down here. So we're going to take this one and just go all the way to the bottom. Strega looks like she's trying to head to that 618, which is a great place anywhere through there, even starting at the 0.5. So those are some two good areas to peel off a little profit or try to moonbag or whatever your strategy is. Do something, and then, you know, when it comes back down, probably to this 236 area. That, we need to mark that little guy. That's our accumulation zone there and below. The area that you'll retest first will be this area right there. And that's a support resistance flip. 523. So just using your Fibonacci alone can give you great places to buy back in. However, it's better once you determine, so when she actually gets up and makes a high and confirms it, then we can do our Fibonacci from the low to that high. So right now I'm anticipating here, and then that would also tell us where the pullback would be. A little confluence right now. 379 out of 618 Fibonacci. That's me guesstimating. This is me predicting into the future. It's not solid, but just for how price action works, that does have confluence there. So it sounds like a good game plan. Sell it somewhere around 760 something and buy back at 379, 380 is one way that it could be worked. Everybody's got their own little game plans, their own strategies. I'm just throwing out some possibilities that you might sit here and say, oh, I like that. Here is the deal that we're facing right now and why this area at 646 is a problem. It's because from our whole move from swing high to swing low, that's our official major key resistance area to jump out of accumulation. So that brings in some interesting tidbits too. Now, zooming out to the bigger time frames helps, and zooming out to the biggest pattern helps. So 649. Oh, we've already got that marked. Okay. That was what, the 0.5? That may be the one that comes into play. So you may be close to maybe needing to pay yourself a little bit and then buy back more. Cool. Congratulations, Strega. This pays us some respects. That's a good pump. That's rocket worthy. My man. Whoa. Ah. I tickled. Striga says, I got 3 soldiers on each level. That's the way to do it. Set them and let them get hit. Sometimes they don't always get hit, but gosh darn it. All right, so we got UMA, which wasn't on my list, but a good one to go over. I've been meaning to talk about that one, and then I think UMI came up at one time, and I got them confused. UMA, if I'm not mistaken, which one is it? It's on Cosmos. One of them is playing on Cosmos. I can't remember. I can't keep them straight. So we did Kaspa, right? We did Tau. We did Tia. And we take a look at Dot. So someone reached out to me, and I like when people do reach out. Because my whole channel is trying to help people, especially people coming in the market, don't know a whole lot about it, have not been through a full cycle before, and don't have a whole lot to work with, because that's where I came from. And now my life has changed, and I just want to help others change that. It was a rocky road, and it's just a matter of just getting a grasp. Where do I start? How do I learn this? And that's what I want to do with this channel. I got a whole chart school series of videos out there teaching you step by step, basically just how to do what I do. Telegram group to help and try to explain it on the channels here as best as I can without getting too gosh darn deep and boring, which I always fear that I do. But they're asking me about Dot, and it sounded like it was one of the major plays that they had. And I like Dot. I do like it. But there's some things about it that concern me. One, they had an idea to set off with to do, with the whole, the auctions and all that stuff. Well, that didn't work for them, and then they had to change plans. Okay, well, good. You're flexible. You can do that, but that's an issue. Kudos for you for, taking the initiative and doing that and going for interoperability, but Cosmos has already stepped into that area. Cosmos has already won that race. Sorry, but it's true. So I definitely think that they can do things, but they're coming out with a Polkadot 2.0 because they've had to switch gears and switch directions. And well, how will it do? How will it perform? So I don't know. I'm not trying to be a downer on it, but I mean, they've just done some things that may hinder their performance, or maybe they'll have it. They don't have the hype. It's just been a little bit of a lackluster performer, just to be honest with you. So I don't think I'm going to change anything on the charts that I've put up. I'm just going to bring that right back. I pulled a Fibonacci there. Possibility for it to come back to, under $5. We're between $5 and $6. It's the range that it like to stay in before. Right now, this seems to be a fair price for Polkadot. So a little of a pullback, and then we'll go up. But I tell you what, Polkadot, overall, my strategy, and I've had a sizable bag of Polkadot. I've been DCAing into it and getting into it on the lows here for a while. In this I'm sick of seeing it in $5 range. Which is not right now, luckily. But if she gets up to $35, and that's kind of the area that I'm looking for, I mean, I'll make my determination if I'm going to stay in it, or how much I will keep at that point, and just judging by its performance and how it does, what kind of new techs and the developments that it does. I want to keep a closer eye on that right now. But I do have some red flags, just because they had to change direction. Ego did that too, or what is it, Multiverse X, or whatever it's called now. It's like an XD, it's when they come out and then they have to pivot and, we're not this anymore, we're this. And you're like, wait a minute. That means the technology's not there, That means you just got a song and dance trying to do whatever works. Okay. Let me go over with this guy who's actually got this new way of working out this that seems kind of cool, that seems to actually be solving a problem over here. Let me go talk with him for a while. And That's how my mind starts thinking about that sometimes. Can't let it psych me out. The charts are okay. The charts are fine. I'm just saying that there have been faster horses than DOT. That's all I'm saying. And there may still be faster horses than DOT. So pullbacks to 490, whatever, and hopefully get up above 15. We got to get above 15 on DOT. Solana. Solana has broken the trend line. She is now coming down. She got up as high as $128, which was freaking amazing, just to be honest with you. I didn't, after all this thing has been through, did not, totally expect that. I didn't. I was surprised that the VCs still have their fingers deeply in Solana, and that's what I attribute most of this to. I know some people are really sold on it. I'm not against it, but just from use case, listen, Zilliqa was supposed to have been the fastest chain out there, the fastest scaling solution and all that, right? That was the hype behind it. Sounded good. The hype was there to boost that coin up, but when you went and used the chain, it was clunky. I'm like, how is this the fastest blockchain? I get the same thing with Solana. Maybe it does transactions per seconds, but man, using it on their adapts and stuff, it's clunky. It's janky. Binance Smart Chain, so much smoother. Cosmos ecosystem, so much smoother. Maybe I'm just partial to them, but so much smoother. Even some of the EVM chains I've been on, they've just been kind of, I don't know, not as smooth as what I see at Cosmos. Just something I've noticed. I'm getting rejected at the 786 area here, these Fibonacci. Oh, nice one. So we got that. There's several different ways that we can anticipate where this will come back to. I really like the fibs at these points. Once you get a high up there. We're at our 382 level. If we can bounce here, that would be great, but we lost the 50 moving average, so it's probably not going to happen, which gives us two targets to look at. Our 50%, which is technically not a Fibonacci area. It's just there for Dow theory. You got two theories. You got your Fibonacci theory and you got your Dow theory, and they just kind of combine them both. Dow theory, Charles Dow says that when you get a strong impulse move, like a real strong move up, this is an impulse move, or a strong move to the top, well, it usually retraces about 50% of that way. If you got a big, tall candle, then it will usually fall back at least 50% of the way. We got a little confluence here with the 100 moving average on our 5 moving average strategy. So I'm going to rock with that, because when you get confluence on 2 to 3 areas, that's what I'm always looking for. If I can get 3 indicators, 2 to 3 indicators, 3 better or more, that point toward the same price, the same areas on the charts, it makes it solid. It's like making little layers. It gives it some ground, something solid to step on. Now the 200 moving average has not quite made it up here, but by the time that it does, I would look for that. I would look for these two to match up. So we'll keep an eye on Solana, but I do expect it to, oh man, the $55 Solana. Could that really happen? I'm sitting here thinking, is that real? Yeah, it can happen. Will it? Any other little cheat sheets I'm not seeing a trend. That's weak. But right now, this $82 area seems to be holding. We're already down to $85 on Solana. My goodness. Altcoins are dropping. People are selling. Why are you scared? RUNE? Man, oh man. Man, oh man, I was not able to take my profits on this one. My problem was I didn't have an exchange that would accept the actual RUNE token. They were all on Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum or something. I couldn't. I wasn't prepared for that. That's why it's important to have exchanges and different wallets, because you also have to find a wallet to hold this. Some of them only hold it on Binance Smart Chain. Some of them, so wallets and exchanges. And I do have links below that will help you with that. I'm not going to sit here and chill them all night. I gotta look at my little airplane that'll do that for me. But you need them. BitUnex, CoinEx, KuCoin, Bitmart, if you can pull it off. They're not as friendly for a MATIC. So look, we got a head and shoulders pattern which did play out rather beautifully. We took the Bukowski measure move, which is a percentage. We talked about this. This might be educational for some people. That's the actual measure move, and when people do head and shoulders, they're like, oh, we're coming right down here. Yeah, but a lot of times Thomas Bukowski found that it only meets a certain portion of that. I believe it was like 51% off the top of my head. We actually went to the site, verified it, shrunk this down to the right proportion, put it there, boom, we're right there right now. Fascinating, interesting. Does that mean it's going to bounce here? Maybe in this zone. Since we met that move, maybe. We've got hope, but it's not a guarantee. But a little bit better, a little bit more on our side to do it than not. Do we have signs here otherwise that will tell us? I'd really like to see some bullish divergence. That is going to be the keys for determining our lower areas on this drop. We got to see some actual divergence form on our RSI and price action in the bullish sense, and we don't have it quite yet. So more downside, 374 maybe coming for RUNE. Gosh darn it, we talked about this a long time ago. I didn't want to hear it. Why didn't you just short, Road Dog? You did. You got stopped out. RUNE, baby. It was nice seeing that bag pump up. I look forward to seeing you pump up again. But you're making me cry right now. I just don't want to talk to you right now. Just stop. Shh. MATIC's looking kind of interesting. MATIC's down to 76 cents right now. For about the last year, that's been a pretty good place to pick MATIC up. Around Thanksgiving last year. Well, not last year, my bad. Last few months, it's been a good place. Because she's been bouncing up to about $1 from this area. Will she do it again, or is she making some kind of toppy-top pattern? Or do they just want you to think it's a toppy-top pattern? I've got this juicy buy zone down here, which has not been met yet. Will it be? I keep hoping, but I keep getting disappointed. That little guy's coming in around, well, right on 70 cents. I'm going to zoom away the freak out here. Go back to the weekly. We're gonna look at this noisy chart. Fresh eyes. I don't know when the last time it is I looked on that. Nice. Overall view for MATIC. Oh, this is great for investment strategies, man. Okay. You can zoom out, look at the big picture here, swing high to. I'm gonna go to this one. Does it matter? Technically, no. You're looking from low to highs. Came down to an 886, baby. Ooh, shakalaka. Likes it. That's a great area to bounce from on these fibs. So you can see why we like these areas, right? And we always kind of throw them in there. Even when we're looking at the 786 area, which, we are finding support on now. I always like to just remember that 886, because you never know. So we should be bouncing now. We can probably say that it looks like we may have a double bottom scenario going on here with MATIC. This should be kind of curving out some way It may come back down here and do something like this, like another double bottom over this. Sometimes you see Eve with two boobies instead of one boob. I'm just saying. Well, this is Adam because he dangles. And this is Eve. And sometimes she has a mastectomy and sometimes she has a full... I didn't name it Adam and Eve. I'm just saying. How can you not visualize that when it's called that? How can you not? I mean, to me, when I see it, it kind of looks like something that I never. So eventually, the price will make its way back up here to this area about $1.47 and confirm this pattern. There's a measure move that you can take from that little guy. Boom. Which would take us up to about $2.50. But we're not there yet. Right now, we're having to fight through this chop that is telling us, baby, still got a little stuff to work on. So right here at the area, maybe retesting 65 cents again. We're at 76, so we got a dime to play with, a dime area to put some orders. Highly likely it could get rejected here, come back down, and then we'll work on going up. If you wanted that lower target, just to maybe put another limit order in to get somewhere around 55 cents. Not saying that it will get hit, but why not? Why not fill those bags as cheap as you can get them? Where can you go, Mr. MATIC, Mr. Polygon, on this big old move you got? Well, the higher high that I would be looking for, or the places I would be looking for to take some profit on as we go up. Let's go with that. Let's just take them in order here. MATIC, first main area I'm concerned about. I'm really not. Yeah, $1.30, you can sell, take profits there if you want. $1.60, you can do that and take profits if you want. The real one I'm looking for is somewhere around $1.87 and $1.88. There and here. Those are the two major moves that I'm looking for. After that, the higher high that I'm looking for from MATIC, possibly getting up to 361. Will that be the top for the whole market? I don't know. We got a long time to go on a weekly chart. Maybe? I've got a feeling that we're going to be pleasantly surprised with altcoins. I think that we may end up getting a season toward the end of the market around 2025, maybe into 2026, early 2026. Kind of like we did in 2017. After Bitcoin tops out, we might get a really humongous altcoin season then. So I hesitate to say that, yeah, 361 would be the topsy tops for it. We don't know what to expect. We are getting global adoption out of crypto. So this is the goal we've been waiting for our whole lives, or the whole life of crypto. And now about 15 years later, it's finally starting to happen. So what I would stress is don't be in a hurry to get all the way out of crypto this bull market. Do take your profits exactly like you plan to do it, but leave just, I don't know, maybe at least 25% still in there just to see what happens. Let's come over to the chat now. I've only been mentioning every stream at the beginning. And I meant to get around to it last night. I get squirrel brain, Strega. I do. I mean to do something and then I'm distracted, and then I'm going off in a different direction. I have ADD. You haven't noticed. I tried to pull back, but yeah, it's been one that I missed it. But you got it, Strega. That's awesome, though. And hopefully some other people saw you talk about it in the chat too. Going to catch at least one, or get wrecked and see all three, and it continues to blow off top. Oh, that like button, I must smash it. Abe gang, yeah. Appreciate that.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
So we covered Satoshi, virtual machine, SAVM. I'm very hot on that one. That is very hot on my radar, and it's very cheap right now. Cheaper than cheaper than where I've been buying it lately. Tia, Tau, Kaspa, covered polkadot, solana, avalanche. We did get avalanche, right? I meant to get avalanche. I can't remember. See. I'm pretty sure that we did. It wasn't this chart though. And INJ. I don't remember doing avalanche. Avalanche. You're at $30? Yeah, I don't think I did you. You're on my list, but I didn't do it. Avalanche, 236 Fibonacci. Support resistance flip area. Is it going to hold? It needs to. If it doesn't, we're going back into our accumulation zone, and that sucked. So by my rules of the game, accumulation's under the 236. We got a chance here on the weekly to bounce off of here, but man, being honest with you, man, our indicators are saying I want to push down. You got a 21 down there that I want to come and I want to touch it. I want to touch it. I want to feel it. I want to feel $24. That's what it's saying. We need this area to hold. What's our lowest? Man, I mean, that's our 236, dude. And we've technically just broke below it. Oh my gosh. Well, if worst comes to worst, let's see what fibs say. 200 moving average and the 786 are down here. The 100 and the 618 are somewhere in this area, and we're hanging out at the 50. Coming back to our previous pattern that we have, because looking back to where we were tells us where we might be going. There's a concept. Of course, we already broke out, met that measure move, which was the 236 area. We need to hold this area, ladies and gentlemen. We really do. You don't want to come back and retest it, which would be these previous areas of resistance. Notably, right here might give us some support. Might. If not, you could be coming all the way back down to $15 to do a true... I don't see it. I don't see it. I want to throw this out. $25, $21.68, and $17.53. Should we not be able to get a bounce here? Our hope is that we'll get a bounce, or maybe not even come all the way down to this 100 and get back above this 236 area. If you see a bounce up through here, we get back above it, that's a good place to buy after that's confirmed. But until that happens, we're in danger of coming down. It's kind of sad because that really looked really bullish. Looking for some divergence, and there is some divergence forming here on the RSI. It's just not that strong yet. From this point it is. And here's an interesting thing to talk about with divergence, because it gets really confusing. When you're trying to learn all this stuff, divergence can get very confusing. It's probably one of the last things that kind of, probably one of the last things that click in your head and go, ah. But RSI down here, we got a low, higher low, higher lows. And it's an upward trajectory, right? That is. Well, here we are now. And we're still on an upward trajectory. And this is on an upward trajectory. So from that point, there's no divergence there. Doesn't really mean anything. However, if we come up to this point and where we are now we're coming down. Now where is this point? Let's draw a little vertical line right there. Let us still, that's from right here. Well, gosh darn it, Road Dog, were you not looking at that right? So from here it's going up, and from there it's going down. Now we're starting to form some hidden bullish divergence. It's a weak form of divergence. It means that if we get to a point where we have some solid support, the overall trend should continue bullishly to make a higher high. Meaning that we should not make a lower low. We should not come lower than this one. We should bounce off at some point higher. That point by my trend line would be right here at $26. Now we identified some Fibonacci areas, and you saw me just change one and switch it up a little bit. It's because, okay, I used that to establish my areas, but I'm always looking at the trend lines, always looking at those and giving them the weight that they deserve unless they get broken. And then I'm falling back to those horizontal levels, which include fibs. But we also got a moving average right there, giving us support that this will hold. So I've got confluence, $26.60 area or something. Could be where we might get a bounce. If nothing else, it's a great place to nibble. Why not buy at $26 than buying at $30? So we'll keep an eye on that, but that's the first area that I look for AVAX. Guys, I covered all the ones I've got on my list, all the ones I said I would do on Twitter. And a few extra, and then we even got Uma in there. All right, I appreciate you for hanging out with me. I'm going to call it a stream. I'll be back again tomorrow night. Figure out what kind of topics that we're talking about. And if you guys got ideas of specific topics that you would like to see me cover or delve into a little bit more than what I do, any kind of feedback, positive or negative, feel free to leave it in the comments for this video. I appreciate them. I really do. It does help me to kind of guide the way that this channel performs. See you guys tomorrow night. Trade carefully as we watch them come into the market tomorrow. See if they're going to drive the prices up, down. What are they going to do? Market makers, they're a load of fun. Trade carefully, trade wisely. See you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make you look like you're so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the
You lock what you see. Then please subscribe, eh? And if you like what I do, then smash that like button too. And if you love to drag it down, leave a comment down below. I like Red Dog Crypto. I like Red Dog Crypto. I like Red Dog Crypto. Love